Another developing story for you, and this one is making headlines across the country. At this hour, protesters camping out at our state capitol. They're upset over the governor's executive order that made headlines yesterday. On the day undocumented immigrants began applying to avoid deportation, our governor ordered state agencies not to give them things like a driver's license. And right now, that protest appears to be growing. ABC 15's Steve Cooge live at the state capitol. And to break this down for us, Steve, at this point, 2 new protests are happening.
And they have got a lot to be angry about, Kirk. It's like as soon as they get some rights back, they lose more. First, they can start applying for jobs and get that work permit through the president's new deferred action plan. And then Governor Brewer kind of takes it away from them by saying, well, you're going to be second-class citizens at that point if you are undocumented in this country. We had about 50 protesters who marched into the Capitol behind me just about half an hour ago. They were demanding answers from Governor Jan Brewer about why she was doing this. So here's the video right now. All these protesters went through security. They went up the elevator, waited in her office around for what seemed like forever, and then finally, Governor Brewer didn't come after all of that hype. She sent out a representative instead just to give her her stance. He answered a few questions, but the protesters weren't satisfied by any of that. They want to know why she's acting against them in their terms. That's what they're thinking this is. They tell me they're sick of living in fear. They don't want to be deported. They're worried about their friends and family being arrested constantly. And they saw the president's deferred action policy as kind of like a semi-dream act of theirs, where they could, go to college and contribute to society, which is what they've always wanted to do. And now with the Governor Brewer issuing this proclamation telling state agencies that these people, they can't get driver's license, they can't collect public benefits like everybody else, they were just disappointed that they couldn't hear it from Governor Brewer herself. Here's her words.
The representative made it very clear that Brewer is welcomes our presence, welcomes our conversations, and every single time we have attempted to meet with her, it hasn't happened. So as far as that conversation goes, we'll continue talking to your representatives, but it should be you, Jan Brewer, that we're talking to if you really want to solve this issue.
This is likely to end up in court again, Kirk, ending up just like SB 1070, solved by a judge.
Hey, Steve, have we seen protests on the other side of this argument out there yet?
Usually we do get some people who are, pro-Brewer out here, but none today. Just the hundreds of people really angry and upset about what she's just done to them.
All right, we'll watch for that. Steve Cooge, thank you for that.